Hi, in today's video I want to talk to you about 10 things that I think are important to know before you travel to Iceland. I came back from Iceland yesterday, so those things are still fresh in my mind, so that's why I wanted to talk to you about those things today. Alrighty, so Iceland was amazing. If you want to go there, now it's August 15th, 2021. So let's start with the most important thing. You can go to Iceland if you are not vaccinated and if you don't have a negative test prior to departing US. So in my situation, I was departing on Saturday. I did a test at CVS on Thursday morning, hoping to get the test on Saturday morning or maybe Friday night. Unfortunately, for some reason, CVS never sent me the test results, and I was not the only one that had the situation at the airport in Miami. At 3 a.m., we met a couple of other people that never got their CVS COVID results. As a matter of fact, I got them finally, but on Wednesday, the week after. So it's a total disaster. So if you need to do the tests, go somewhere else like Walgreens, or do the tests in other facilities. Avoid CVS at this point. I guess they are really slammed, so you can't trust CVS into giving you the test results within 72 hours like they promise. So in our situation, we woke up on Saturday morning, 2 a.m. We still didn't get a test. We decided to drive to Miami airport and right at the terminal on the basically right by the I think arrivals. They have a special place where you can go and test for COVID, and Iceland allows rapid tests, so it cost us about $65. Within 15 minutes we got the results, and then you get a paper like this. So you get a paper like this with all the information that you need, and it says that it's negative. So before you board the airplane, you need to show this paper that you are negative, and of course you have to show that you are vaccinated. So this is one thing that you must have if you want to travel to Iceland. Now, if you want to come back, which a lot of people on my tour did not realize, at this point, as of August, you also need to get tested. Now, here's a little problem. If you are doing the tour around the entire island, like we did, your schedule may not work perfectly to do the test at the time when you want. So here's my tip. There is a good website, and I'm gonna give you the link on the bottom of the video. So what I would suggest doing before you depart Iceland, couple of days ahead of time, or even on the first day after you arrive, go to that website, origi.is, and you have two options to do the test. One is going to be in Reykjavik, in a city. Another one is in Keflavik, right by the airport. It's not located right on the airport. It's about five minutes drive from the airport. And you can see this is the facility, and on the right hand side, this is where you enter. They do the test only starting at 7 a.m. And of course, before you get tested, it really takes probably another 15 minutes. So we found one couple that were leaving at 7:30. They show up at that testing station at 7 a.m. There's no way you're gonna make it. So if you know that your flight is going to be like 9 o'clock or something, you're gonna get lucky, and then you're gonna get tested. We got in there at about 7 a.m. Our test was supposed to be done at 7:15. It was done probably at 7:20, 7:30. Then the whole test took maybe another 5-10 minutes, and then we took off to the airport. Then at the airport, at the time when we were checking in, our results just came in, so we were able to show the negative test result to the guy at the counter, and everything was fine. So as you can see, you can just click on this tab, you're gonna click book now, and then you're gonna choose the Keflavik or Reykjavik. So we chose Keflavik, and then you're going to have a table where you're going to pick the time and a date, and then you pay, I think, $60 something for the test. As you can see right here, the airport is located right here, and this facility is right outside the airport. So if you have a taxi driver, you need to tell them to wait for you, and then they will have to check you and drop you off at the airport. So make sure that you plan this ahead of time. A lot of people on our tour did not know this, including us. We found out maybe on the second day of our tour. We took advantage of knowing that, and then we booked it, so we were able to fly out with no problems. There was also another couple that I was watching on the internet that had a problem, and basically they had to stay another 3 days in Iceland because when they filled up the application, the guy made a mistake in his email address, because your information and your test results will be sent to your email address. If you make a mistake, of course, you're not gonna get it. So make sure that when you do fill up all the information, you do it carefully. Don't make any mistakes. Alrighty, next point is, how do I get from the airport to the city? So there are a couple of ways. One of them is that Flybus. You can go to that website. I'll give you a link again on the bottom of the video. So just scroll down. You can book it. It's not cheap. It's about 45 minutes drive from the airport. You have different times. The problem is that they operate on about half an hour schedule. So if you are coming to Keflavik at a late time, like we came almost like it was 9:30 or 10 o'clock, and we are really tired. We didn't want to wait another half an hour to save a couple of money and then get the dropped off at the bus station and then walk. So what we did, we got kind of like a small minivan taxi, and we split it with some other couple that was also going to the city. It cost us $60 per couple. The whole ride for the taxi was about $120 from the airport to the Reykjavik center. It was flat fee, so if you can find another couple to split the bill, I think it's a reasonable price, and you're gonna be dropped off right at your destination, so you don't have to walk anywhere with your luggage. So I think this is the best option. If you are on the budget, of course, bus is gonna be much better option, because I think the bus is around $20, and if you're arriving during the day and you have time, probably you can do that. Okay, number 4 on my list is the hotels. Before you go, make sure you have a reservation. What we found out only, I think, 2 days before our departure, that our hotel that was supposed to be, I'm gonna show you, this was Hotel Center Hotels. We actually stayed at Arnarvoll, which turned out to be a very good hotel. At the time when we booked it, it was probably not even $150. Now it's 180, as I can see. We were supposed to stay in other center hotels somewhere right here. I don't remember the name. Turns out that the hotel is not open yet. And when we were walking in a city, we actually went on that street where that hotel is located, and we found out that it's still in renovation. So make sure that you have a clear confirmation of your hotel, so you know where you're going. In our situation, the hotel that we were originally was going to be staying, we got a confirmation that we're gonna be moved to another hotel. So if you're staying in something smaller, like I said, double check with them that you still have a reservation. They also had a couple of cases of COVID recently, so some hotels, I assume, might be closed because of COVID concerns. Okay, another important thing, water in Iceland is awesome. You can drink from the tap. I think only except Reykjavik. When we stayed in that hotel Arnarvoll, the water from the tap, and when you take a shower, smells sulfuric. I don't know what's wrong with this water. I would not want to drink it, but wherever you go in a restaurant, the water is great. We did tour around the entire island, and in every single hotel, water was excellent. You can drink it from the tap, has no taste, no smell, and it's just perfectly clear. Even my wife, who's got sensitive stomach, she felt great and she drank that water. So don't waste money on buying water, because everywhere you're gonna go, you're gonna get excellent water. Here's another tip. If you want to get pretty good prices for almost everything, try to find out where the closest bonus, and this is the only store that I went to, or major supermarkets. Those shops have very good prices. It's, everything in Iceland is pretty expensive, but bonus, and I think Kronan has really decent prices on everything. You can buy everything from sandwiches, cold cuts, sweets, whatever you need at a decent price. Everything is super expensive in Iceland, but those prices are not gonna break your budget. And especially if you are on the budget, or you're doing the tour around the island, you want to get extra supplies. They have very good selection at really good prices. The only thing is that make sure that you're gonna get there before 6 o'clock, because this is not America. They are not open 24/7. They close at 6 o'clock, and I believe in this bonus in Reykjavik, in a center where we went to, I think during the week, opened at 10 a.m. and it closed at 6 or 7 p.m. So they work 8 hours, they don't start working late, and they close pretty early. So make sure that you get there early so you can buy anything that you need. Another point that I want to make is make sure that you have enough budget, because prices are steep. For example, I think the gas prices in Iceland are about double of what we pay in the States. So in Florida right now we pay about 3 something per gallon. In Iceland it's gonna be double. For example, when I went to the rest stop area store, for example, 1 quart of oil that you can buy here in the States for about $5, over there it's $25 per quart. So it's super expensive. Number 8 on my list is credit card versus cash. So when we were going to Iceland, my wife got some local currency from our city bank, just to make sure that we're not gonna get stuck with the small places that don't accept credit cards. And we are totally surprised, because even the smallest stand that was selling hot dogs by the glacier accepted credit cards. So cash, at least in our situation, was totally unnecessary. But even if you want to get ice cream or you go to the small stand, from our experience, credit card work great. Just make sure that your credit card doesn't charge you international transaction fees. We always use either Capital One or Barclay card, which does not charge you anything for using those cards abroad. So number 9 on my list is weather. We got very lucky that throughout entire trip, 7 days, it didn't rain at all. One time we had a rain while we were driving on a bus. When we got out of the bus, it was beautiful weather. So a lot of people on my tour did not expect that. They only had a warm clothes. So if you go in summer, and from what we heard from our tour guide, the weather is changing and they get more and more warm weather. So the temperatures during the day were going even up to 23 degrees Celsius. So it was pretty hot. I was in shorts and my t-shirt. So a lot of people were saying that they should have brought a little bit more t-shirt instead of just sweaters and bunch of winter clothes. So think about it, plan ahead of time. We didn't even have any rain pants as other people had. We were just lucky. So, but most of the time you may probably get a rain or foggy weather, and the temperature is going to be probably around maybe 5 or 10, 15 degrees Celsius. which is kind of chilly, and especially when the wind is gonna kick in, then you're gonna feel it. So plan ahead of time, but if you go in the summer, also expect that it could be pretty warm. So number 10 on my list is attraction locations. If you're staying in Reykjavik, probably the longest day trips you can do are probably 3-4 hours each way. So plan ahead of time how and what you want to see in Iceland. We did entire ring. It took us 7 days. We were getting up probably like 7-8 a.m. and we were getting back to our hotel at 9 or even 10 p.m. So plan ahead of time and also think about the distances. Most of the time we were driving probably 80-90 kilometers per hour. Also think that there are not that many gas stations on the way, and there are sometimes stretches of roads where you drive for an hour and there is nothing there. So make sure you have a good cell phone service. Make sure that when you plan your trip, your stops are gonna be in a reasonable distance, so you can find some shelter unless you're gonna be camping or you're driving with the van. We one time got stuck in a situation, we didn't plan it, but our tour guide planned all this. Instead of going from the left down to the west and up north, we did it the opposite way. So the whole schedule kind of got messed up, and therefore on one of the stops where we were normally supposed to get a hotel, there were no spots, and we ended up staying in a hostel, which was not that bad, but that's not what we paid for. So if you get stuck in a situation where there are no rooms around you, like I said, plan ahead of time and make sure that there is a reservation in the place where you want to stay, because there are not that many places to stay. So we really had a good time in Iceland. It was an amazing trip. We had a really fantastic weather. I'm hoping you're gonna have the same experience. If you have any questions, send me an email. All the links are gonna be on the bottom, and I'll be more than happy to help you. And I'm hoping you're gonna have a really awesome time in Iceland. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.